I said, we've got to go live or Facebook is going to boot us.
All right, we're live. There we go.
2 minutes under their deadline. We are 7 minutes late. I blame my Canadian friend. Why? Because I'm patriotic AF, according to him.
I love it. I love it.
You ever watch that show, Diesel Brothers?
No.
So it's a couple of guys. It's a shop in the Salt Lake area. They take trucks and beef them up, and they make a show about it. My kids love it, and they coerced me into buying a T-shirt. So,
hey man, I love it. I think it's a great shirt.
And it's Friday.
I also love the hat too. Patagonia, a good BC company. They're out of Whistler, just north of me.
Yeah, I've always liked their brand. Not a big fan of their politics, but
I don't know too much about that. I just I know that they started in Whistler, and I know that they're a pretty big brand. I'm not a big fan of many people's politics these days, so I don't pay attention to that type of stuff with some people.
Yeah, well, frankly,
anyway.
I think if you have a brand and you make a product that's a good product, I think you should shut your mouth and stick to your product. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I hear you.
Kind of like certain athletes who just need to shut up and play ball. Like,
or celebrities that should just stick to making their movies and millions of dollars and leave us alone.
Absolutely.
Anyways, let's talk about some fun stuff.
One last stab, and then we'll move on.
All right.
What I have learned is that professional athletes and movie stars, etc., you're completely unessential.
Yep.
All right.
But at least they're making millions and millions of dollars, but they still ask us to donate $1, $2, $5 at the checkout aisle at the grocery store. Anyways,
we've lost our only viewer. Hydrogen.
Yeah, I don't blame them. Anyways, let's talk about.
I'm going to put this up on the screen. Oh, where's my share screen? Oh, there it is. Sorry. Still learning this new application window. Share. So, hey, look at that. We go on forever.
Oh, look at that Inception screen there.
Hydrogen versus caffeine for improved alertness in sleep-deprived humans. This is very fascinating.
Yeah, I love this one.
So I think it's cool because it piggybacks off of a post that I wrote last week about how hydrogen helps your cellular energy and your overall energy. And then this week, this pops up. I mean, this is like hot off the presses. Neurophysiology, June 18th, 2020. I don't know that you can get a fresher paper than that. It's so fresh, in fact, that you still have to pay for it.
Yeah, of course. I'll see what I can do to get that one downloaded, because I would like to dive into this one a little bit more. Just based off, I had made a status about this yesterday too. Sorry to interrupt you there, Dr. Brady. I just wanted to point out before we get into it. Someone had commented on my sharing of this post, and they said, "Do we really need to do this? A video about water versus caffeine?" And I said, this isn't about water. This is about hydrogen. Are you going to get the same results that you get for your energy and alertness with regular drinking water as hydrogen water in comparison to caffeine? And and it's where I love seeing studies like this, because I just know that more studies are going to come out about this. As science continues to evolve and continues to take hydrogen on as a very important role for the balancing of oxidative stress and using it in clinical therapy. But this is everyday stuff. Yeah. This is, should you drink Red Bull? Should you drink coffee? Or should you drink water? Or should you drink hydrogen water?
Right. So let's just go through it here. Molecular hydrogen has been suggested as an agent capable of exerting neuromodulating effects, which I'm going to talk a little bit about the possible mechanisms here, what the paper doesn't talk about.
Yep.
Its potential to affect brain circuits linked to alertness remains poorly examined. In this randomized controlled crossover pilot trial, we compared acute effects of single-dose hydrogen-enriched water, which it doesn't tell us how much, and caffeine on estimates by the visual analog scale for alertness and on attention network test subscales in 23 young, healthy women who were sleep deprived for 24 hours. Man, college kids will do anything for $1, won't they? Caffeine induced a significant increase in this visual analog scale. So basically, it was a how do you feel 1 to 10. So, I mean, is this the perfect study? No, it is not. There's a lot of subjective problems here. I lost my place. Caffeine induced a significant increase in VAS estimate alertness. Hydrogen-enriched water also increased VAS alertness on 1.7 average. 1.7. I'm sorry, Shane, go ahead.
0.1 on average more than the caffeine too, right. So it actually gave you more alertness than the caffeine.
Just
a tiny bit. The fact that it's comparable on its own is huge.
So both caffeine and hydrogen-rich water acutely affected markers of alertness in young sleeping deprived men and women. Caffeine induced a significant drop in alerting and executive control in 15 minutes follow-up, while hydrogen-rich water caused a significant reduction in the orientation at post-administration. However, no difference were found. So they both kind of dropped off. It sounds like it took longer for the drop-off of the hydrogen-rich water. And then it said the hydrogen-rich water displayed no side effects and therefore might be advanced as safe and effective alternative to caffeine for sleep deprivation. I think this is important to discuss for a couple of reasons. Let me turn off this screen share thing. Number one, this is going to be a study that hopefully sparks more studies. As I pointed out, as we read through that, there are definitely some problems with some variable problems with the study. But it's going to spur interest in more of these in this type of study. I think maybe what my next paper will be is about energy drinks and the stuff that's in there, because eventually what will happen is yes, if you use energy drinks for your stimulant, which that's what it is, and I'll leave out coffee. We'll leave coffee alone. Caffeine, you put some nice healthy fats in there. I don't drink coffee for religious purposes, but I'm not gonna, I'd love to have something like that I could start my day with. I just don't. I'm not gonna to sit here and say, don't drink coffee, because there's actual benefits to drinking the right coffee, drinking it black and stuff like that. Energy drinks, though, get those out of there. Hey, by the way, my sister just chimed in. Wish her a happy birthday. She turned 37 yesterday. Nice. Happy birthday, Jennifer. The age was a lie. Fair enough. Where I was going with that, though, if we're using these energy drinks long term, and I'm guilty of this. I've repented and I've changed my ways. But long term, they are going to they're going to wear your adrenal glands out. They're going to lead to blood pressure problems. They're going to lead to neuro disorders, because the way they vasoconstrict and cause your blood vessels to shrink into your brain. There's long-term effects from drinking these energy drinks, and that bothers me. Whereas hydrogen-rich water, there's no long-term effects at all. I used to be that guy too. I used to slam back the energy drinks. I was a Kyle and had lots of monsters. But it is what it is. You learn about what they're doing to you, and you change your ways. When you know better, you do better, and that's what it's all about. I'll put a plug in for our cooking show, and that's exactly what that is. It's like, now we know better. Now we're going to do better, and we're helping other people to learn so they know better, so that they can do better. So that's all. I'll give you a little bit of just personal stuff. These last couple of years have been very stressful on me, and it took my toll I found comfort in food, and it took my toll on me physiologically. And energy drinks were a daily routine. And all of a sudden, I get booted from my life insurance because my heart's enlarged because of blood pressure issues. So obviously, I needed to make some changes. Which I've made those changes, and now we're moving forward. But my point is that there are long-term effects of drinking these things. And here is a viable alternative that you can get an energy boost out of hydrogen, just like you could an energy drink.
Yep. And in introducing more hydrogen to your body, the vehicle that we're using is purified water, which we all could probably use a little bit of an increase in.
Right. Absolutely. There was another point that I wanted to make, and now I can't remember what the heck it was.
Did it have to do with ghrelin secretion at all? Because I know that this is in the study it talks about the neuroprotective effects of it.
Oh, that's right. The possible mechanisms. So the last thing that I wrote, and you have access to that folder. I haven't published it yet, but it is in that folder. And it talks about how hydrogen can actually clean up the mitochondria and get that reactive oxygen species out of the mitochondria so they can produce more energy. So that's a possible mechanism. And the reduction of
by reducing the ROS inside of the mitochondria, that allows more ATP production.
Absolutely. So specifically, the reactive oxygen species we're talking about is the hydroxyl radical, which is specific to the mitochondria itself.
Yeah.
And hydrogen is the selective antioxidant that will take that out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is the one possible mechanism. The other possible mechanism is that all this stuff with neuroinflammation and ghrelin, that could also be the reason why these college kids experienced a surge of energy or a surge of mental clarity or whatever. I can't remember what it was called. So
yes, mental awareness, and
that's what it was.
Yeah, and I mean, that's huge, and it's actually one of the things I really like about Synergy Science and Echo, to give Synergy Science and Echo a quick plug here, because when you talk about hydrogen, that's the first name that should be coming into your mind. We're always looking for different ways of making it easier to get hydrogen into your lives, and that's why, even for your college students and stuff like that, the hydrogen tablets or drops are going to be a heck of a lot cheaper than drinking energy drinks or even coffee. As well, we have the new hydrogen pitcher, which is really cool. You don't get the filtration with it, so just make sure you have properly filtered water. But this thing will create a therapeutic amount of hydrogen and be a little easier on the budget. So if you're looking for different ways of getting hydrogen into your life, we have
so many
possible. As many convenient ways as possible, because it's interesting because we get our hydrogen from drinking water, but I had sent you another study that followed this study, and it was about bathing in hydrogen water, which is really cool. I think that where hydrogen is going is very interesting, because there's many different ways of ingesting hydrogen. I've talked about this many times before. There's inhaling it, bathing in it. There's hydrogen-rich saline, so IV therapy at a clinical level. But for the average consumer, for the average person like you or I, the easiest way is going to be through properly filtered water, which, like I said, we can all use an increase of anyways.
Right. So it's, right now in my house, there are 10 human beings. All 8 of our kids are home right now.
Yeah.
And the hydrogen tablets, we would fly through them.
Oh, yeah.
Easily the most convenient thing for us is to actually have the machine itself. And frankly, I mean, the financing part of it's just kind of stupid. I mean, $25 a month, come on.
$2 a kid.
My sister makes another good point. She says, I'm not converted to hydrogen water yet. Apparently, she hasn't been listening to my videos like she says she has. But she is drinking filtered water, which is very, very important. There's a lot of junk in the water, for sure.
Yeah, not it's properly filtered water is an amazing start to many people. Just getting those contaminants, the heavy metals, and pharmaceuticals and crap out of your water. That's step one.
Right.
And then drinking lots of water, like I said, if that's going to help anyone. You know, if you go from drinking not much water at all to drinking a whole bunch of water, of course it's going to
have health benefits. So here's what I'm going to do for my sister is I'm going to send her some of those tablets just so she can get started.
Nice.
But that's a short-term solution. But
yeah, it's honestly, I sell the tablets and drops primarily to people that already have a hydrogen machine and are traveling.
Yeah.
If you're going on a Mexico trip, those are going to be really good to have. If you're going on a trip in a plane, they're going to be very, very good to have because no matter what, when you go on a plane, your oxidative stress levels go through the roof, and that's why you get jet lag, and that's why you're fatigued after a flight. And that's why a lot of people get sick after going on. This will help alleviate a lot of those symptoms and make your travels a lot better.
Absolutely. Well, we went all over the place on this video, didn't we, Shane?
Sorry?
I said we went all over the place on this one, didn't we?
Left, right, up, down. It was good. I like it. It was fun. Okay, we reeled it back in there. It was starting to go all sorts of different places, and I'm glad we reeled it back in. It was good. I hope that this benefited lots of people that are watching this. So make sure that I share it on my pages and in the groups and stuff like that. To sum it all up, hydrogen over coffee, hydrogen over caffeine. It's straight up. I get it. I still have coffee every now and then because it tastes good. But it's more of just for the taste of it because it also tastes really good with hydrogen water. So, anyways,
it's been fun. I'll get back on the computer this week and get some more stuff written.
Yeah, we'll do a video or two next week and get back on this.
I plan on taking some time off for the 4th, so let's try to get to it by Wednesday, okay?
Well, Wednesday is July 1st, so let's try and get to it before that.
Is that Canada Day?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Okay.
We'll try to get it done by Monday, Tuesday.
All right, man.
All right, buddy.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.